Former New York Mayor Rudy Giuliani had some harsh words for Hillary Clinton. Here's what he told Bill O'Reilly.
She had her chance to do it. She helped create ISIS. I mean, Hillary Clinton could be considered a founding member of ISIS.
How did she help? Because we have a guy, an expert coming on about ISIS. How did she help ISIS?
By being part of an administration that withdrew from Iraq.
Fox News military analyst, a retired general, Tom McInerney, is with me now. General, thanks in advance for the time. Do you agree that Hillary Clinton helped in some way ISIS to get off the ground or thrive?
Absolutely, Deirdre. Look, the mayor pointed out, when we withdrew from Iraq, we created the conditions that destabilized Iraq, made it a proxy of Iran, and enabled ISIS to flourish. In addition, when she destabilized Libya with the attack on Libya, Benghazi grew out of it. At Benghazi, CIA had a classified covert program that they were shipping weapons into Turkey that were going to Syria, and they were being given to ISIS and the al-Nusra, both radical Islamist groups. Now, ISIS was only that big then. Now, of course, they flourished, and they were hoping that ISIS would take down Assad. But they supplied weapons that was approved by the president and Hillary Clinton to ISIS.
The idea also, if I understand things, is the timing of pulling out American troops. That is to say, it's one thing to leave gradually. It's quite another to just bring everybody home all at once.
Exactly, and that preemptive pullout created a vacuum. It created also a proxy from Iran that Iraq became, as well as a destabilized Anbar province, the Sunni province out there, and that enabled ISIS to flourish, and that's why they flourished in the eastern part of Syria and the western part of Iraq, and that's what they control today and call the caliphate.
So, General, speaking of destabilization, in a hearing on Capitol Hill yesterday, a senior Defense Department official told lawmakers that Americans have been killed by prisoners released from Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Here's his comment.
Sir, what I can tell you is, unfortunately, there have been Americans that have died because of Gitmo detainees.
How many Americans have to die? How many people in Brussels or Paris have to die, civilians? What's the threshold at that point? Well, maybe we will keep them under control in Gitmo.
Sir, when anybody dies, it's a tragedy, and we don't want anybody to die because we transfer detainees. However, it's the best judgment and the considered judgment of this administration and the previous administration that the risk of keeping Gitmo open is outweighed.
So the innocent people who are going to lose their lives because of this, they're just part of the equation.
No, sir, there are risks.
I'm sorry, I want to tell you this much. As far as I'm concerned, if one child is saved because she would have been blown up by someone who's being released, it's better to keep all 90 of those people in Gitmo.
General McInerney, what is your take from a military perspective, politics aside? We heard that Defense Department officials say it's a greater risk to us long-term to have Gitmo. You heard that Congressman say he disagrees. What is your take?
Balderdash. Look, Deirdre, that shibboleth that because we have Gitmo open, we are inspiring radical Islamists to become radical Islamists. Please, it's like because they're poor, they're becoming radical Islamists. People don't blow themselves up and become shaheed and martyrs.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I read today where 2 of the 4 people who were directly affected, directly attacked Brussels, actually both of them had scholarships to 2 very prestigious Catholic schools in Brussels. So I'm with you on that 100%.
I rest your case, Deirdre. Until we understand the ideology that we are facing and that is ingrained with them, then we're going to let people pull us off the track and say that Gitmo is inspiring people to become radical Islamists. I'll tell you what is inspiring them. When we let a caliphate exist like it has for 18 months, and it should have been destroyed 17 months ago, that is what will turn it around.